So this week the Destiny beta went live on all console platforms. I poured countless of hours in the alpha as well as the beta, so I'm pretty confident I can give my honest opinion on the game. In the beta you have 5 missions total, 4 being the typical story missions and 1 being a co-op oriented strike mission. The missions shown to us consisted of a go here, kill X amount of enemies and complete the objective. Story-wise, Destiny pretty much borrows from the Halo story. Humanity is on the brink of destruction by the hands of an evil entity called the Darkness. The Darkness follows this giant planetoid called the Traveler. The Traveler seems to be its own entity, capable of thought processes as well as bringing abundance of wealth to the inhabitants of the planet it's currently visiting. Upon its arrival to Earth, not only did technology advance, but the lifespans of humanity as a whole increased drastically, as well as the Traveler bringing an overall abundance of wealth to the human race. You play as a Guardian, who has just been revived by his loyal companion, which is the Ghost. Guardians are special warriors who are capable of wielding a cosmic energy called light as a weapon to destroy their adversaries. Furthermore, not all beings can be Guardians. You have to be born or created with the aptitudes of wielding light. So basically, from the handful of missions, I was able to gather that much. You can pretty much see the Master Chief correlation. You being the lone warrior, you being the only one being able to save the universe. As you all should know by now, the game is being developed by Bungie, so mechanics-wise, it's top-notch. If you're a Halo fan, this shouldn't be a hard title to pick up and play because the controls are pretty much the same, except for melee. Melee is mapped to the R1 button, and if you're on the Xbox variant, it's the right bumper. I wouldn't suggest changing the control scheme because it just ends up making the controls wonky and uncomfortable. Controls are tight and responsive. Even on the highest aim sensitivity, you're able to track your target effort. Gameplay-wise, the game runs surprisingly well considering that it's only a beta. Even when it was in its alpha phase, it ran perfectly fine. For the most part on the PS4 version, I haven't experienced any frame rate drops or disconnects during PvP or even crashes. Multiplayer-wise, the only modes that were open to the public was a standard 6v6 capture flag mode and the Iron Banner tournament. PvP is balanced greatly in the Crucible, except for in the level department. While all weapons operate and do the same damage across their weapon types, if you go into PvP at level 1 without unlocking your Guardian's other support skills, then you'd be screwed as skills you choose determine your Guardian's overall build. The exact opposite of the balanced Crucible is the Iron Banner tournament, where if you have better gear than someone, you just have better gear than them. At the low level, things are still determined on skill, but don't be surprised if you lose a gunfight to a guy who has a level 20 auto rifle. Like I said previously, Destiny seems to be well made and put together nicely. Landscapes and areas look absolutely phenomenal, and the draw distance in single player is also great. Although, in PvP, I couldn't cross-map snipe, even if I had my ridicule on the target. At least in my experience, I had no frame rate drops, and the game runs on a consistent 30 frames per second. Also, the maps in free roam are very big, and if you can find the secret cuts, it opens up into other new areas. All in all, I see Destiny as a wonderful game, but seeing how we only got a small percentage of the game from what we've seen so far, Destiny is turning out to be pretty amazing. Now granted, it doesn't do anything new, Destiny just does everything right. Simply put, I've heard people call it a Borderlands clone, but in my opinion, Destiny does a better job of being a Borderlands game. To sum everything up, it's the perfect combination between the Borderlands loot system and the Halo universe. Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, don't be afraid to drop a like. I love to sit here and chat with y'all, but the hood needs me. Your boy out.